vehicle called the Creature to refresh its model lineup in Brazil, one of the sources said. A third source said GM hopes to partially make up for its struggling business in China through Hyundai partnerships. GM, the person said, could use Hyundai's small and mid-sized vehicle platforms to potentially expand in South American markets. Title: Why some automakers see tariffs as their biggest threat yet. Content: a growing number of auto manufacturers see rising tariffs and escalating trade wars as the most serious crisis the industry has faced in recent years. The tariff pressure could eclipse the supply chain chaos during the pandemic and semiconductor shortage, which paralyzed global auto production and led to tens of millions of vehicle cuts worldwide. When you consider all of the crises we faced over the past 5 or so years, COVID, chip shortage, the sharp turn of EVs and what that means for the billions of investment we've already sunk, this is by far the worst, said a source at a major supplier, who asked to not be named given the sensitive political nature of the topic. It has to be talked about more urgently, or our entire industry is headed off a cliff. Automakers and suppliers are already grappling with a range of new tariffs President Donald Trump has implemented since taking office in January, including duties on all steel and aluminum imports, 25% import taxes on certain Canadian and Mexican goods, plus retaliatory tariffs from other nations. Read more. Live updates on tariff news and impacts. Interactive map. Auto manufacturing sites in Canada, the US, and Mexico. In this episode of the Ally All Ears podcast, Aaron Lee, Senior Director at Ally Dealership Insurance, discusses the growing threat of cyber attacks on dealerships and the importance of staying vigilant. He shares essential tips for safeguarding against these risks and highlights the need for specialized cyber insurance coverage to protect your business. That could just be the start, as a wide range of tariffs is set to come into effect April 2nd. The Trump administration has said it will begin rolling out reciprocal tariffs on US trading partners that day, and it has also floated tariffs on automotive imports starting then. April 2nd is also when 25% tariffs are scheduled to apply to all imports from Canada and Mexico, after the Trump administration agreed to temporarily suspend duties on imports that comply with the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement's trade rules. Most but not all new vehicles and parts built in North America comply. The auto industry has gotten used to handling supply chain crises. But tariffs have proven to be more difficult because of the murky long-term trade outlook and complex logistics at the border, said Sam Fiorani, Vice President of Global Vehicle Forecasting at Auto Forecast Solutions. There was always going to be a time when enough semiconductors were available or COVID was under control, even if you didn't know exactly when it was, Fiorani said. Everything about these tariffs is vague. You don't know how long it's going to last.